B. They're going to fall into the crosshairs of MBK. He gets the first. The second was tagged as well. Catching the grenade was Dead Fox. They cannot prevent the plant, and that will be more than Hellraisers were expecting to win out. And all the utility being done here by Vitality. It's perfectly deployed. They only sustain one casualty. They deal with things in the end. Hellraisers getting the plant. Nice little cash injection into that next round, but Vitality able to clean things up and get themselves to 5.
So, bye for both teams. Woxic has taken some time to even get into this game. Hasn't even got himself a kill just yet, so that's something extra Hellraisers could use coming into these gun rounds, but there's a headshot. Angel opens up Apex, and that could have allowed Hellraisers to push on in quickly. That Molotov's going to prevent Zywood from getting in to help. He's going to be stuck inside of the vent. The rest of Hellraisers can move into the back of B. Damage done onto RPK. He is dropped. A Vitality picked apart on the B bomb site. This retake is going to be very difficult. Alex does his best, but Woxic will strike with the op. It's 2 players versus 4 here, and Vitality might just have to save.
Yeah, they get absolutely overwhelmed on that B site, unexpecting of the pace deployed here by Hellraisers in this round. And that's a really clean one for them to be able to get only the 1 death thus far, and it doesn't seem like Vitality are going to do too much to hunt down these additional kills. Of course, their money is in a very good place based on the way that they've been able to hold back Hellraisers thus far. But holding on to those 2 Augs, as opposed to hunting them down, is certainly the right play. If they can get some damage done, of course, they will certainly take that and leave, and they do find Hobbit on the retreat. Doesn't seem like we'll see any more conflict, however. Stalemate, and they'll be happy to hold on to these 3 weapons. Of course, that's more important here for Hellraisers than for Vitality, and in fact, trying to chase things down, they actually find the kill onto MBK as well, so just Zywood to hold onto the AUG as Hellraisers secure a second.
Yeah, good stuff. They find that opening kill early. They just pretty much chug into B after that. Flash kept them at bay for a little bit, but once they were able to find RPK at the back of the site, B just unraveled completely. A Vitality left with no other option. They're going to go strip to B again. This is going to be the standard strategy, rush B. That smoke will hold them back for a little bit, and Apex has got the AWP here. Oh, HR will not have as easy of a time to get in towards that side of the map this time. So they're going to back off and try and relocate themselves, find a little bit more info, perhaps filter through and make an informed decision of where they want to go instead.
They're going for the boost as well. Woxic, will he be given the opportunity is the question. The peak fairly wide from highway for Alex to be exposed here, so maybe waiting a while. We even see just a glimpse of his X-ray, and doesn't seem like they'll be given the chance. So a passive setup here from Hellraiser. So looking for some sort of a momentum shift here from Team Vitality. Of course, getting aggressive towards A and B respectively very early into this game, particularly in NBK and Apex. But oh, that's fast from Angel. He's over the boost, past the flames. He takes down Zywood. Alex to fall as well in through middle. And those 2 players that were holding that crucial point of the map that enables the split to happen to each of the respective sites was dealt with. The only answering kill is Angel, but Apex has gotten aggressive with his AWP. The timing could be perfect. He takes down Hobbit as they make it through the vent. Cannot find the follow-up. Him staying alive is a huge nuisance here for Hellraisers, as they will commit to the B site hit.
Well, so there's the kill needed. They move on in, and Woxic knows there's a player in behind him. That's Apex dropped. RPK able to answer back, but they know exactly where he is. The time was so low. They could have denied it, but just at the final few seconds, EHR are going to pull it back. Well, solid job in the end from Hellraisers. And the odds still favoring Vitality coming into the matchup. Well, I haven't actually got a prediction out of you yet, Yumi, though. Who do you think is going to end up winning this final?
It's hard to call, for sure. I think it certainly favors Vitality. I think it's the veto process, though, is one that Hellraisers could definitely win. I think on an individual basis, my money, if the figurative money, not literal money, but I will definitely be favoring Vitality in the matchup for sure. I think it will probably 2-1 though. I'm hoping we go to overpass. That's a full best of 3 series in the grand finals is as good as you can expect.
Well, Vitality have brought the AUG game to a new level. They've got 5 players with 5 AUGs. This is going to be very interesting. We've seen what they can do with him earlier against Optic in the second semi-final of the day. His grenade uses as well. That's going to actually drop Angel pretty low. Well, not that low, but he'll take some damage. Angel, he'll set up on top of Heaven. There's the headshot. Zywoo. Early kill comes in. It's Hellraisers with the advantage coming into round number 9.
Yeah, mid-control taken, but not much presence towards the A bomb site. Just a singular lurking player, and Issa trying to find a pick. If possible, Alex will instead jump up on top of Red, and Issa has no eyes. He cannot prevent this, but eventually he'll swing the door open and take Alex down as he tried to fall off. This forward position has been dealt with as well from NBK. This is great from Hellraisers, splitting that A site. And both those sort of lurking presences there from Hellraisers as they were about to commit to that split. Able to find those picks. It seems like Vitality not even going to try and contest this in the post plant.
Hellraisers are doing a pretty stellar job at actually taking the bomb sites and not allowing Vitality to have any say on the retakes. Good start from Hellraisers on the entries. Vitality are going to have to adapt to that. Hellraisers about to get 4 here on the board. That'll only be 1 round away from evening the scoreline out. And there isn't that much money for the French side.
Yeah, just the 2 AUGs saved over. These are the kills that came in from that last round. Angel, the first one. Alex, this was a bit of an initiative play. Jumping up on the red container, but it opened up the opportunity there for Issa. I didn't see him there on the replay.
Well, that's the early kill. We didn't quite catch it, but Apex finding Woxic. That's the opening fry coming in. Well, Apex, what is this? Just running right through the smoke. He will get himself another one. There's a 3v4. That is crazy stuff from Apex.
He's somehow able to walk away with 2 kills as well. That's certainly more than you would have asked of him, given the way he played it. And now it's about how Hellraisers respond, being a man down in this situation. Of course, it allows Team Vitality to play 2 to each respective bomb site. So Hellraisers definitely have the ability to trade out when they commit towards each of these sites, but it's about spacing and making the right call here.
Very slow approach from Hellraisers. You're just going to see what map control they've got. Obviously, they've got the disadvantage due to the crazy push from Apex. They're going to start to move their way in towards B. All 3 players ready to go here. The vent will break shortly, and DevFox close enough to make this entry. RPK at the back of the bomb site has the help of Zywoo close. There's the spray, the first kill, but do they expect Zywoo here? You'll see DevFox takes away his head, follows up, and there we go. Zywoo holds the bomb site. Hellraisers see the bomb dropped. And it's 6-4 here for Team Vitality. Finally, they pick something up, but what the hell was that from Apex?
Yeah, that's a bit of a crazy play considering he has the AWP in hand. So one of his teammates, just the FAMAS, I'm sure he would have valued that a little bit further. But Apex, that aggressive nature, I suppose, doesn't leave you just because you're on that CT side. He thought he could push the advantage further, and he did so successfully. That did cost him his life. As well as the AWP, they weren't able to bring that into this next round.
So here we go. Again, it's this is what I like to call a swing round. You know, if a team gets into this position where both of them will see their economy smashed if they lose this, if they get reset. This is probably one of the most important rounds of the first half we've seen so far. Hellraisers end up losing this, their money will be gone. And the same can be said for Vitality. So this one, Hellraisers will come into it with a slow approach, taking 2 players up inside the middle. The bomb will be sitting just outside of A main, while the rest of Hellraisers try and take some control towards highway. That smoke goes over towards top highway. That'll cover off the vision of the player inside of the site. It allows Angel to move his way in towards the highway position. Issa ready at the squeaky door. Should hear that there's a player just inside of A main, and then BK might fall here. Issa picks up the opening kill. And the advantage is with Hellraisers. Angel cutting off the rotation. Oh my god, Angel, he's got himself a double. Spins back towards the cart. It's all an RPK. 1v5. It's just not going to happen. Hellraisers, what a perfectly played round from them.
Yeah, you could see that playing out for Angel as well. Gets the third kill at the end as he found the timing to siphon off the rotations. Just inserting himself into the back lines, taking down not one, but two players that were going to try and support that A site. Fantastic work there from Hellraisers. We see the odds are now in favor of Hellraisers for this map. The odds have shifted. Team Vitality have let the lead slip, and it's reflected in the odds there.
Well, that's an early kill from Hobbit up against the Pistols. This should be Hellraisers finding more success. Maybe the scoreline even, but with Eagles and UMPs, perhaps there is a chance for skilled players of Vitality to cause problems. We've seen it in the previous best of threes that the Pistols cannot be underestimated. And Hellraisers, giving it the respect it requires. After finding one kill, they don't barrel in off the back of it. They're just going to sit back, try and filter through, get as much information as possible, and then make an informed decision on what they should carry out next. Angel will be boosted up over the top to clear middle. Zywoo rattles the first shot. Damage done onto Hobbit. Not much though. But he does have the M4Ds there.
Yeah, and they'll make sure to make use of this split, finding these two picks. Zywoo still at the forklift position, eventually dealt with. RPK as well will get taken down towards middle. So Hellraisers, they tie things up. They bring things back into their favor. Obviously just having to deal with the Pistols in that round, so not too much of a threat posed by Vitality. Of course, we did see them win and actually do a lot of damage in their previous best of three against Optic with just pistols in hand, and more so just damage to them. They took a lot of damage rather from the Optic lineup, but now it's just going to be a worse pistol buy than the previous P250s. They're looking to overwhelm this player in A main, and they will do exactly that. Angel will subject his AK into the hands of the French side, but Issa is there to try and stop them from falling back with it. Alex will trade things, as well as recover an additional rifle for them to work with, but his teammate has since left his position, and oh, now Apex, only the one kill on that B-bomb site. Those rifles recovered. It's likely that they'll actually just hold onto these, try to save, but they can afford up a buy, so there's maybe a bit of an incentive here in the 2-on-2.
Deep smoke towards CT. There's a big gap in it. MPK might try and play with this to get a couple of early kills. Maybe just even one to open up the bomb site. There we go. That's Alex moving forward. Right through the gap. Hobbit will pick up the kill onto Alex. And MPK has slowed his way onto the bomb site. No kit alive, so he's going to have to go immediately. And that grenade lands right underneath his feet. Drops into 4 HP. And Hobbit knows he can just peek out. MPK hits the shot, but no defuse kit. It's saved time. And he might not even get away with his AK. They do all the damage, they get all the kills. And I didn't see if he died.
Yeah, not sure why they've changed the cam there, of course. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 4 HP at that distance. We learned something. It's not enough to stay alive. But they certainly make that look more competitive than it needed to be. It was a worse buy than the previous round, yet they see more success with it. Hellraisers, maybe not anticipating that early aggression, allowing those AKs into their hands. Of course, it will be the full reinvestment here from Vitality. Orgs aplenty, as well as the AWP in NBK's hands. And Hellraisers, once again, this sort of methodical default that we've been seeing a number of times on this T side. Just waiting for some sort of a response here from Vitality on the defense, because they've been pretty static in how they've approached it.
So if you're just tuning in, this is the WePlay Lock and Load Grand Final between Team Vitality and Hellraisers. We're on map number 1, Cash, and oh, that Molotov just about spread to Zywoo. I'm pretty sure the T's on the other end of that wall would have heard that as well, so they have an inkling that he's going to be close. So Alex is going to back his way off, look up towards Boost to cover off Zywoo's blind side. Waiting for a player to come over the top. Issa is boosted. He's going to wait until his teammates are at the ready. And then they will commit in. So they have the inkling that he's still there. The Molotov will come and try to clear him. But there's the kill from Alex. Zywoo burning alive inside of the Molotov. Angel picks it up. Zywoo was just waiting in case anybody was to walk out mid. He was just taking that sacrificial play. But push coming in towards the checkers. It's Apex to grab the first. Falling back using the cover of the vent, but goes back for some more. Apex with 2. Dead Fox moves onto the bomb site. Takes the one defender away. I know it's all on Woxic, 1 HP. He will still get a kill, and suddenly into a 1 versus 1. Woxic, 1 HP, 1 health point, and he will be finally taken away by MBK. The USP from heaven, able to strike onto the surf below. It's 7-7, and Team Vitality pulling things back slightly there. It was looking like Hellraisers could have actually ended up with a solid lead going into the second half.
Yeah, but now it's just about securing that 8th round, having a bit of an advantage into that second half. It's definitely a little bit close for comfort, but both teams able to afford up some sort of a buy. Vitality, seeing that their money is pretty poor coming into this round. Zywoo and Alex just the SMGs in hand. So Hellraisers, if they're able to find these long-range engagements, could potentially pick them off the superior weaponry, these AKs and the AWP, and it does seem like they're going to set themselves up for a very fast B execute and stampeding towards the bomb site. RPK able to find the first, traded out eventually. Still 3 players in close proximity here for Hellraisers as the rotations will begin to come through from Team Vitality, but they're still not committing fully to this execute.
So, even again, this matchup definitely shaping up to be a good one. Even score, even player count coming into round number 15. Boosting up towards the white box. It's the early kill from Woxic, and they begin to push on in. Angel is the headshot towards the toxic barrel. Zywoo finished off, and it's looking like Hellraisers will be the team to come out on top in the first half, as Apex is the last man versus 4.
They've read the situation so well. Vitality get outgunned fully towards the A side of the map. Apex gets his head rattled, and like you had said, Hellraiser securing that 8th round. And really, if it didn't come from, if the heroics didn't come out from Zywoo in that second round, this could have been shaping up to be a very strong half for Hellraisers. It could have been an 11-4 scoreline, 10-5 more likely. And unfortunately for Hellraisers, they did obviously concede a few of those rounds, even sustaining heavy damage from those anti-ecos from Vitality. But now the script will flip. We will see how Vitality approach that T side. We'll see whether it's as sort of default heavy as Hellraisers were implementing on that first half.
Take a look at the scoreboard. Zywoo up to the top as is a common thing for Vitality. He's at the top for Hellraisers. Fragging just alongside him is Angel on 13 frags. So things going well on both camps. The players you expect to do well are doing well. Woxic had a bit of a slower start to the game, but he's definitely still fragging. If you look at the odds, definitely favouring Vitality still. So we'll have to see if that is the case moving into the second half. Currently Hellraisers in the lead, but the pistol coming in. Over on Hellraisers, it's the double flash and a kid on Hobbit. Over on Team Vitality, smoke double flash on Alex. MBK with a smoke and a flash. And a P250 in play. So let's see if that can get anything done. As it looks towards A main. No one has pushed in for the CTs, so Team Vitality will have control of that.
Yeah, Hellraisers are just hoping that they hit their shots, as Vitality will have the freedom of choice between each of the respective bomb sites. I imagine if it ever gets to the 40, maybe even 30-second mark, there might be a push towards the A extremity or even through middle, just to see if they can't get some additional information here. They're certainly relying on the likes of Angel to step up and hit these shots before an execute to make things competitive. But Vitality now grouping themselves up outside of A. They'll make use of all the utility available. Still the 2 smokes and all these flashbangs for that T side. Initial contact taken. It will be Angel to do some damage onto MBK, but now the smokes and the flashes are being deployed. Angel dropped eventually, as NBK is trying to find an answer in kind over towards the fork.
Will win the pistol coming into the second half.
That's a great play to make when you know that Hellraisers are swarming the bomb site. You just take the fight straight to them, and Hellraisers are completely caught off guard by it. Having to spin around as well just to take those fights. Vitality equalize and take the pistol up to these SMGs and the rifles now in this round. With Hellraisers unable to convert, they're actually just going to save, instead opting for that third round gun round. And we've actually seen some teams walk or sort of step away from the third round as their first gun round in that half, just because it can often be that you don't have the utility to deal with the aggression. But with Vitality grouping themselves up in middle, they're able to sweep up all these Hellraisers players. Just standard issue pistols in the round, so not much lost as far as an investment goes. But now things could get interesting with Hellraisers onto a bye.
I definitely think it would be interesting. Hellraisers have always played these gun rounds close, and these two teams definitely showing to be quite evenly matched. What the odds are saying, though. Starting to really favour Vitality. That's a cool smoke, actually. Covers off the boost. If anybody is to counter boost, Apex will shut them down, and also can use it as cover to get up eventually when they get up themselves. Pushing right through Zywoo, the first victim, but Apex hits the double headshot. That's incredible. That pulls the advantage back for Vitality, and Hellraisers immediately dropped when they go for the A main aggression. Apex punishes him for it. And currently Vitality have control. I was looking at Apex, RPK there for a second. I seen only a Glock. I thought he might have forgotten his weapon, but what is that from Apex? Another kill. Could have got the double. But RPK is the man to trade back. It's only Dead Fox versus 3. And he's over on the other end of the map. Gonna push all the way through T-spawn. But MBK still on the boost. He's just waiting for this. Dead Fox towards T-spawn. Well, just want to hang on to this.
Like, yeah, he's probably not going to go for this, and instead turns around and takes him down. So, not how Hellraisers wanted to start things off on that CT side, losing their first gun round. They will be 2 rounds down for now. Polls coming in likely. I'd expected something technical, or maybe it's the fact that the round sort of after those 2 kills was compounded by the fact that when they re-aggressed, they lost all their A-side defenders. So maybe Hellraiser's discussing some things as to why that's even occurred. With now the pause elapsed, we should just see a bit of a half buy here from Hellraisers. Some utilities, some pistols. See if they're able to make things at least costly here for Vitality, but they've got all the rifles that they need to maybe deal with this.
Apex going to take a lot of damage on board. 12 HP left immediately. That's a decent start from Hellraisers. Obviously losing Dead Fox early, that's not exactly what they want, but at least they do some damage in reply. MBK is going to move through. Woxic drops on the B bomb site, and it's empty. So Vitality will take that. They will clear the site to make sure it's completely clear. And once they realize it is, the bomb will get planted for B main, and Team Vitality can just sit there, hold, and Hellraisers might even consider just playing for a couple of exits, because getting back into that site is relatively impossible. So gonna set up, hopefully get a couple of kills if Vitality want to hunt them. And there's nothing really of value here for Hellraisers. Vitality would really care about hunting and throwing away their guns. It would be a wild goose chase. So Hellraisers setting up, waiting for a couple of kills to come with her. Right? Actually, Angel's just going to walk through towards Apex. He's so low, so we'll call the assistance of Alex to peek instead. Angel not overextending, waiting for him to walk into his crosshair, and finally Alex will get it. So job down for Vitality, they will take 11. And to anybody who's just tuning in, or anybody who's unaware in fact, this is the map pick of Hellraisers, so things not looking too solid here in the Grand Finals, but Team Vitality, it's not over yet. They still have a tough road ahead of them. There's going to be a buy committed from Hellraisers in round number 20.
Yeah, and we see the op coming out from Woxic. This could be what's the difference maker, and it's maybe why I anticipated Hellraiser buying up in that second round just so they could afford this earlier on, but we'll see if he can make the difference now that he's got this weapon in his arsenal. Smoking off the Molotov, playing in front of it, he will deny some additional information here for Vitality. Hits the first shot into Zywoo. He attempted to jump across. That'll be the opening pick going the way of Hellraisers, and they'll immediately fall back to more passive angles on that B site to try and hold on to this advantage for the rest of the round.
Spamming inside the middle. It's Hobbit with the first kill towards that area of the map, but the shots just keep coming back in. It's MBK and RPK left alone. 2v4. The Frenchmen to try and make work. Hellraisers find a bit more success, and RPK is going to hold on the B main position. No one yet just walking in front of his crosshairs, so he's just going to wait until it happens, and there it is. DevFox gifts him the kill. He does headshot him though, so RPK dropped to 13. Big dinks coming in.
Ooh, Hobbit spotting out his teammate in NBK, so he will lose his life. Just RPK. Yeah, they're 3-syllable ending in K player name for the Vitality side, but down to such low HP, this will be a very tall order for him. Woxic still sits on the bomb site with the AWP. One missed shot could cost him his life. Would allow the plant as well for RPK, and he'll begin to creep forward. Woxic taking up the angle, hoping that he'll walk in. He misses the first shot. RPK trying to close the distance. Hobbit is at least there to save his life. And Hellraisers will pick up a 9th and keep 3 alive in their second gun round, and the first successful round on that CT side.
These odds are just fluctuating. Still favoring Vitality though, but every now and then they get a little bit closer. And then they go further away again, Yumi. I think that sums up the game. It has been very back and forth, and I think that's what we can hope to expect throughout this game. Asa, he's holding the wide angle. He made there's presence in there. Vitality have multiple players already in this side of the map. As they move through Squeaky, it's going to set up inside of the A site. You have plenty of utility left to go for a final execute. Hellraisers, 2 players positioned towards B. 1 rotating in between highway and middle, just making sure that he can watch that, gather the info, while 2 sit on the A bomb site. Zywoo knows that they don't have mid control, so it's definitely a possibility someone could counter boost. So they're going to send MBK up, and he can start to sort of scout middle, get the info. Forward on the white box is the man they'd want to pressure, but here comes the push towards A. It's Apex picking up the kill on the Woxic. The Hobbit has to relocate from mid and look towards Squeaky. But they are getting bamboozled here, Hellraisers. They've got to look towards multiple different angles. They boost Angel up, and this could really help.
Yeah, he'll hold on to all of this, the whole of middle as a result of that position. NBK, as he makes it over the boost, gets taken down by Angel, unsuspecting that they would be in the vents, and Hellraisers, they've equalized things back. Hobbit taking some damage through the smoke, but the Molotovs will flush out his defense here, out the quad. Hobbit doing phenomenal work with the spray transfer, but cannot get anything further than the 2. He's brought it to just the 2 players remaining here for Vitality, but Alex picking up that one. It's now going to be DevFox to try and clutch things out.
1 versus 1. Alex on the forklift. The defuse is coming in. DevFox is just sticking this, and Alex doesn't know. The defuse is in. It's 10 for Hellraisers, and that's heartbreak for Alex. He's going to move in and still get the kill. But the ball's on DevFox just to defuse. Excellent play from Hellraisers. That'll give them double figures, and the comeback is really on. That would have given Vitality 12, but instead, it's 10 for Hellraisers, and the score is closer yet again.
Oh, that's so unfortunate if you're Alex. Certainly a position where you could go for the tap, and instead he just calls his bluff, and it's just not the right one. Vitality, though, will still hold on to the lead for now, hoarding up the buy as well. Cash is pretty poor for Hellraisers, so if they win this round Vitality, they could potentially accumulate more as they'd have to deal with less and less going forward, but Woxic will find the first pick onto MBK over on that B bomb site. The Team Vitality will have to fight back from behind as they are grouped up outside of A.
Well, Smoke is going to come through for Vitality. Is here on the side, just to the left of default. He's going to spray the FAMAS, line them up, but he's blinded. He gets one, nearly a second. But Vitality will still stand strong, but Angel on the flank. There's one, nearly the second again. Vitality low on RPK, 7 HP. Apex just over half. He needs to re-spunk the cross. The Smoke is a little too far. He's going to eventually grab it and re-smoke that cross so we can get over safely. But the AWP picked up, and Deadfox, he's going to watch the fork. Apex needs to be careful here. He's got across safely. Deadfox was pushed off the angle. And this is a 2v3 retake attempt. Hellraisers have the advantage. Low HP and RPK with the AK. Apex holding the car with the AWP. But Woxic sees him from behind. Hellraisers are just taking their sweet time coming back in. Apex is spotted, they know where he is, he hears the footsteps, the flashbang's good, he picks up the kill, and RPK will assist, and Apex gets another. An excellent play from Vitality. Apex and RPK, great teamwork to win themselves 12.
Oh my goodness, what a round there. Running things back from the 2 versus 3. They waited so long for the flank there, Hellraisers. And ended up being their undoing. Team Vitality up to 12 now is looking to answer back just on these pistols. They do, of course, fully force back just because they were reset. No money bonus to sit back on now. It will be Vitality to try and push this advantage further. And if they deal with this force buy, be up against probably a full save from Hellraisers, and it will likely mean that Vitality can get to 14. But of course, we have seen these rounds be very costly for Vitality in the past. We'll see what Hellraisers can do with the limited amounts of equipment they have brought into this round. Mid control taken by Vitality. They will soon realize that there's nobody here from HR. They are 4 players stacked on towards that A site.
Apex from middle will finally strike into action. Now an A bomb site, Hobbit loses his head, and Apex might get another here, but the CZ, the Angel able to find Apex. There's still 4v4. He goes back for more, but that Smoke shields MBK to an extent, and he's able to pick up the kill with the AK. He's taking a fight with a P250, still wins it. Alex up above, what is this? Chaos here on the A bomb site, but finally Vitality will put 13 on the scoreboard. And Hellraisers just had an opportunity there to do some damage with the pistols. Good 1 kill though coming in. But it's another eco for Hellraisers. This should be Vitality up to 14-10. And things are starting to look scary for Hellraisers because this is their map pick. Although, I wouldn't get too scared if you're a Hellraisers fan, because there's obviously another map coming up after this, and that's Dust 2. And Hellraisers can play that map.
Oh, this might be an onslaught at the B bomb site. They flash on through, the first kill lined up. They're there in heavy presence, Team Vitality. They're there to deal with it. Angel eventually dropped as well. He did land the headshot on Apex. He could not take him down. You had said Vitality up to 14. And this could be them taking the first map, but Hellraiser rush play or fast play there by Vitality, nor can they delay any of these site hits should they implement it. They'll use the Molotov, the singular one that they had on their arsenal, towards the boost, and NBK completely shuts them down in middle. That is not what you want to see if you're Hellraisers. The fact that you've committed 2 players there, they've both lost their lives, and you're into this 3 versus 5 at the very start of this round.
NBK looking towards Z. Flashbang over the top towards high. Oh my god, Apex. Jumping around the corner. Angel had no chance. Woxic, 1v5, M4A4 in hand. Vitality, and will be map point here. on cash. Woxic is going to slither his way through the B main position. There's a player nice and close to him. That's RPK, and the timing's perfect. The tank finds him. And it's 15-10.
You can't hide from the tank. Can you hide from tanks? I mean, they just slow you right open.
Yeah, they just roll over you. And it's 15-10 here. Vitality definitely rolling over Hellraisers, unless they can pick up this round and stay alive, Yumi. And it's looking unlikely due to what they have. I mean, it's not looking great at all, is it?
Yeah, certainly dire straits for Hellraisers. I need these SMGs to really pull through for them, or some crazy individual play to come out. Seemed like they were almost tempted to go for the boost, but Angel is still better if it will just be him playing up close. Some support from Highway just to spot things out. Angel trying to get some information here for Hellraisers to work with. He'll find the headshot into NBK, but headshot's right back. And the AK is lethal. 5 versus 4. What's the response here from Hellraisers? Given that they're a man down with not the best amount of utility, something needs to come out because Vitality have so much of the map at their disposal.
Clear and everything, but they might neglect to check where Hobbit is. His position might be good for at least a kill here onto Alex. And if he gets the AK dropped onto him, oh, the AK lands on top of the boost, so Hobbit is going to strike in the action. 3v4 is on the B-bomb side. Zywoo has collected himself a kill, and Hellraisers trying to get themselves through the vent. It's Hobbit with the pickup. So still a 3v3, but MBK showing more promise on the P250. He just pills out whenever, and he still gets kills. Zywoo, what a way to end it. A double headshot coming in, and they'll cremate their bodies with the Molotov just to end it all. It's 16-10. Team Vitality still the way at the map pick of Hellraisers here on the